Hey, what's going on? This is Chad.
And this is Holly. So we've been going over our commandment series, and our third commandment is thou shalt be in integrity with your word at all times.
Yes. And so what does that really mean? Or what does really it look like for most people? They make agreements out there in the world that, maybe they're going to come through with, maybe they don't, who knows? But it just doesn't work because you find that you lose power. Mm-hmm. You lose, you ever notice, you're being around or mentioning somebody, right? Like talking about somebody, and you're there's just a loss of power, even talking about being around that person, or hey, so-and-so is going to be at this party. Well, I can't be there because blah, blah, blah. Well, it's probably because of a loss of integrity, right?
Yeah. So a lot of people, even, most people, they don't live in integrity because they don't fully understand what that even means.
Yes.
They have this false consumption that being integrity means doing the right thing all the time. And doing the, quote, right thing is great, but that's not what integrity is. Yes. Right? Integrity is doing what you say you're going to do and being your word.
Yes, exactly. So we actually have a worksheet. Or actually, no, there's 3 things that you need to know about being integrity, or really about getting back in integrity. Because if you're playing a big game, if you're doing big things, if you're really growing your coaching, you're not going to be able to stay integrity with everything. It's just not going to happen.
Can't always be your word. However, you can always honor your word. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
And how do you honor your word? Well, number one, let's do this first. I want to give credit to Landmark Education for really giving us this
huge breakthrough
in integrity. Oh my God.
Yes.
But so their definition and our definition is, first you have to, acknowledge that there is a broken agreement. You made an agreement and it didn't happen.
Yeah, and it's really acknowledging and taking responsibility. When we can take personal responsibility of ourselves and our world, yes, power, exactly. You get your power, right? It can be uncomfortable, I got it, and totally worth it, right? So take responsibility and acknowledge the agreement that you broke. The second thing is to really get the impacts of the other person that you broke that agreement with. Let's say, I'm late to a meeting or something, and then I don't communicate that I'm going to be late. Well, there was an impact for other people, that their time is precious, right? We don't get that time back. They're sitting here wondering, is there still a meeting? I got other things to do. Is she okay, right? All of these things happen. So it's understanding and really getting the impact of your broken agreement with the other person.
Yeah, and then putting something in place. Actually
Number 3.
Creating some sort of system, right? That so it doesn't happen again, right? Because there's, if you just keep on making these promises that it's not going to happen again, and you don't do anything different, it's just going to keep happening, and we can only be so mindful. So you have to really put in things in your life. Put it in the calendar, whatever it is.
Put a reminder 5 minutes before the 5 minutes you're supposed to be there.
Yes.
Whatever that looks like is putting something in place so that it doesn't happen again, right? And these are how we create systems in our life that work, right? So it's making an agreement and putting something in place. And that, my friends, is the 3 ways that you can restore and honor your integrity. And also, always be in communication, right? So let's just go back to the meeting thing for whatever reason. If you're running late to a meeting and you're going to be late, even if it's 2 or 3 minutes, communicate with that person. Let them know, hey, I know I said I was going to be at this meeting at 5 o'clock. I'm not going to be able to be at the meeting. I just wanted to be in communication. I'll be there at 5:05. I'm running about 5 minutes late, or whatever that looks like, right?
Yeah.
But when you can at least be in communication with people, you get your power, right? You get a lot of respect from the other people too. Don't get me wrong. This isn't necessarily for other people. This is for you.
Yes.
And so your life works. So we actually have a tool that we created called the Integrity Wheel. We would love to give you this tool so you have full access of how integrity works in your life, how you can restore your integrity, how to stay integritous with your word at all times, because when you do this, you have power in your coaching, no doubt. You have clients that just become attracted to you because of your strong morale to be your word. That's something that everybody appreciates, someone who can be their word.
Yeah.
So if you want to
go
access
ahead,
to
click down there, maybe up there.
find that link.
Find that link.
Go grab it up. We appreciate you. We'll see you on the other side.
Bye.